allow direct passes. We don't want a ball to come through us. It has to go over us or under us, but never through us. Let's take a look again. Pressures the wing. As the ball's in the air, there's a three-step drop right in front of the postman. They will intercept the ball, and here we go in transition. Now let's take a look at all the slides by all three frontline guys. Let's take a look at the slides and how they move, and this is a drill that we do virtually every day that conditions our guys to make the kind of slides that we want them to make. Again, ball's passed, three-man is out here, he's guarding the ball. Our five-man would be over here fronting the post. If there's anybody in the post, nobody in the post, he's going to turn, get pistol, find the next man over. Ball's passed down to the corner. That pulls our five-man out, drops our three-man in here, and he covers the high post. And keep an eye on our offside forward. Our offside forward is crucial for us because he's a guy who really solidifies our defense. He anchors our defense. He's the guy that is our last line of defense, and he's the guy responsible for rebounding the backside. And keep an eye on how they move their heads, how their heads turn, and how they're constantly staying pistol, and how they're always pointing and they're always matched with a man. So let's take a look. Let's run this and take a look. We got a guy out there pressuring, make a good dive front to post. Ball comes back out. Our forwards don't come out. Take the first penetrating pass. Don't take any pass away from the basket. Again, we're fronting in the post. Making a move. And all we're doing is working on our slides here. We're working on our slides. We're working on being good position, working on covering up the post. Now let's break this down. We've looked at the rotations, all the rotations as guards, all of our forward rotations, and now let's break this down. Let's be a little bit more specific, and let's get into the fundamental things that makes this work or doesn't make it work. I think it's important that you understand where our guards are supposed to be and the footwork of how they get there. So we're going to go with rotations on our initial pass to the wing with a high post man. Pass goes to the wing. Again, we're fronting in the high post here, and as you'll see, this high post defender is really working hard to keep the ball out of the high post man's hands. Our point guard, again, is over here, and he's shutting off or slowing down reversals. We don't want the ball to go from ball side to help side. A look at the rotations looks like this. We're in pretty good position. Look at the footwork, how we're three-stepping in the post. Good three-step in the post, staying on the ball side, fronting with the ball on the top. Now let's take a look at our forward rotations on the initial pass to the wing with a high post man. Ball's passed to the wing. Our three-man or our ball side forward is going to come out, attack the ball, hands up on the high side, not letting them penetrate to the middle. Watch carefully our five-man inside, how he gets around and fronts anybody in the post. And then when the ball is passed back from wing to point, how he again recovers, three steps, ends up on the other side of the post man, denies any kind of flash, and our ball side guy goes from ball side to help side, and he's been positioned to help. Pass to the wing, good pressure on the ball, ball's passed back. Look again, we're fronting in the post, ball's passed back, we're making a slide in position. Now let's go over our rotations on the second penetrating pass for our guards with a high post man. Remember, the ball's going to be passed here to the wing. That's a forward's responsibility. This guard's going to come over here and deny. This second guard here is going to deny the high post. As the ball's passed down to the corner, second guard's responsibility no longer is the high post man. His responsibility is to take the pass, that again makes the box longer. Anytime he goes out, that automatically draws our other guard in. So as our 2 guard goes out, our 1 guard dives back into post. You'll watch the rotations. As the ball is passed back out here, and let's say the pass is completed, maybe we forced him to come out here a little bit. 2-man then has that pass because he has all passes away from the basket. 1 guard is in here then, he has post responsibility. As the ball is passed again then from wing back out the point, that's going to pull our 1 guard from the high post back out to the point, pulls our 2 guard from the wing back into the post. Because anytime one comes out, the other one automatically has to come back in. Let's take a look. Ball's passed to the wing, that's a forward. Ball's passed down, now we're making that rotation. Ball's passed back out, we're diving back in. Watch the rotation. There it is, diving in. If it's skipped back out like it was, 1's out, 2's right back in the post right there. Now let's take a look at the rotations on the second penetrating pass on the ball side that our forwards have to make when there's a high post man. Pass comes to the wing, our forward has it. Closes out high side, hands, taking away vision, forcing everything to go to the baseline. Our 5-man is going to front anything in a post. Our offside guy over here is working on being pistol, being in line, doing a good job there. As the ball is passed to the corner, ball's passed to the corner, the first thing we're going to do, and watch carefully, the guy is going to swing his baseline foot. He's going to take a look at where the post guy is, and he's going to make a drop directly to the low post man. Should get there in 3 steps. Should be a 3-step drop to totally front. 5 guy, as we talked about before, is coming out here with high hands, making him throw the ball above him or below him, but never being able to throw it through him. And he's out there to contain the ball. He's out to contain the guy in the corner and stop penetration. Let's take a look. High hands, pretty good job there. Good 3-step into the post, and now we're closing out. Now, for all practical purposes, they've switched positions. Another closeout, another 3-step drop. We're right back where we ought to be. Nice job. Now let's take a look at what happens on a skip pass from wing to wing when there's a high post man. Let's take a look at what our guards do. Let's take a look at how our guards cover the high post. Remember, if there's a high post man, our guards don't have responsibility for the skip. They maintain responsibility for the high post man. So as the ball's passed over here, again, we're going to be in this position of denial here. We're going to be in denial position here. As the ball is skipped over to this wing, this man has to come from this side to again take away this reversal pass. And our post guy, our 2-man who's guarding the post, has got to do a great job of diving under and again around so that he's again ball side, keeping the ball out of this area on any kind of skip pass. Let's take a look. Ball's passed to the wing, doing a nice job denying in the high post. Look at how we explode to the ball. Look at how we're exploding to the ball. Off the ball. Every time the ball's passed, we're exploding to it, doing a nice job of sprinting to help, doing a nice job of covering up in the post. Let's take a look now at a skip pass from the wing, what our forwards do when there's a high post man. Ball's passed to the wing. Again, we're out here covering up, high hands. Really, we don't want them to throw a skip. This is just in case it happens. Better not happen very often. We're fronting over here. Our four-man's in here, staying pistol and supporting. He's matched across, and he's the guy really responsible for this skip pass. And as the ball's really thrown across there, that ought to be his interception. And he better get that about 99 times out of 100. But we want to prepare for the one time he doesn't get it. So if there's a skip pass there, that's his match, because our guards were matched with these two, the high post guy and the guard. So on the skip, again, we're going to close out on the high side, we're going to have high hands, and we're going to try to force everything to the baseline. Our five-man, who was fronting in here, very important that he explodes to the ball, gets around this man in the post, and ends up over here in support position. Or if they've got a double low post there, he can dive into the low post. Let's take a look. Ball's passed to the wing, we're covering up, good front in the post by our guy, closing out right there. Notice the job the five-man did a great job of exploding off the ball, getting to the ball. Again, we're diving in there. Everybody's got to explode to help. Everybody's got to sprint to help. Now we're going to look at guard rotations on a skip pass when there's no high post man. Look at what our guards do, the position they're supposed to be in, and let's take a good look at their footwork. Ball's passed to the wing. Ball's passed to the wing again. Our point guard responsibility is take this reversal pass away. Our two guards in here, and he's sunk a little bit because there's no high post man. And now he's got to find somebody to match with. Keep it in mind, he's responsible for anybody who flashes into the high post no matter where they come from. Could come from the low post away, could come from low post ball side. This wing guy could flash in there. He's responsible for whoever flashes in there, whoever flashes into the high post from anywhere. No, there's no one flashing in here now. Ball's on the wing. Now the ball gets skipped over here to the opposite wing. In this situation, this is our two guards' responsibility. And our two guards responsible for the skip. And if the skip does happen again, it better not be a direct pass. It has to be a lob pass, has to be a pass that goes way over his head so that the rest of our people have time to recover. So as the pass is skipped and it's over his head, he's not looking at the ball. Immediately he's reacting and attacking the guy with the ball. So he's going to attack the guy with the ball, and again, attack him with high hands. He's going to attack him on the high side, and he's going to try to force him to make a dribble. He's going to try to force him to make a play off the dribble. Let's take a look. Ball's passed there, pretty good position there. Ball skipped, attacked them on the high side, hands up. Now as the ball's passed back, you can see they're right back in the same position. And look at this. As the ball is skipped and our two guy comes out, our one guy's going to dive back in there. We're always in a position where when one guy's out, the other one always has to dive in. Now we're going to look at forward rotations when on a skip pass with no high post man. Ball's going to be passed over here to the wing. Again, we're going to close out on the high side, put great pressure right there. Our five-man is going to be responsible right here. Now our four guy over here knows that the responsibility for the skip is not his because there's no high post man. There's no offensive high post man. So the responsibility for the skip is going to lie with our two guy. So he knows his match then has got to be this low post guy. This low post guy back in here to the basket. If there was no guy in the low post, maybe they're spread out, there's a guy in a corner. His match would be the corner. But his match is going to be the second guy down away from the ball. It's not going to be the skip. The worst thing we could do is run out there and have two guys attack the ball. So we're going to take a look at this. Ball is passed. Here we are on the high side, doing a nice job. Ball is skipped. You see that our four-man doesn't take the skip. He's right in there fronting everything in the low post. Ball goes over his head. Our five-man's going to cover, and we're going to trap that. Now let's take a look at guarding penetration from the wing, and let's take a look at the rotations that we're going to make. Ball's passed to the wing. Ball's passed to the wing here, and we're up on the high side, and we're inviting penetration. We want them to drive the ball to the baseline. So as the ball's driven to the baseline here, what we've got is our 3-man who's come out with great pressure. He's on the high side of the drive. Our 5-man who's come around and fronted in a low post, he then comes out to trap. Now we got a trap going with our 3 and our 5-man. The important thing is our 2-man here has got to make a great drop. And if you go back and think about what we talked about earlier in our 4-man shell and why we had our guard, our 2-guard, come over there and support and keep our other big guy, our 4 guy at home, it plays right into this. So we want to be consistent in our teaching. So as we drive the ball down there, 5 guy comes over, he supports, he traps with the 3-man. Our 2 guy is here. He dives in, he fronts the low post. Doesn't do a 2-guard any good to dive in the post and play behind a guy in the post. He's too small. He's got to dive into the post. And again, you got to remember, we're not going to let any passes through us. They've got to either bounce it or throw it over his head. They're not going to be able to throw it through him. And when you got a 5-man running out there, the chances are pretty good they're going to bounce it. They're not going to try to throw it over top of our 5-man. When they bounce the ball in there, I like our chances of our 2-guard going in there and diving down, getting that bounce pass as opposed to their post guy. And again, their post guy's not looking for a guy to dive down from that direction and help. And again, we're trying to create illusions. We're trying to create the illusion that a guy's open and then rotate to him before the ball gets there. As our 2 guy dives down in there and he's looking to steal, he's looking to kick it out and get us in transition, our 1-man dives into the high post. Because what we don't want to have happen is a 1 guy stand out here, we've got that penetration, got a trap going, we've covered up the low post and have him skip the ball right out of here to the high post into an area where we never want the ball passed. So our 1 guard, and again, that goes with our rule, and that's very consistent with our rule. Our 2 guy's going to dive down, that takes him out. Anytime he's out, our other guard has to be in. So as our 2 guard goes out, our 1 guard dives in. And now we've got everything covered up. The only place that they could possibly throw the ball is back out. And we're going to read that. We're going to read the situation. If the guy turns, then our 1 guy is going to come right out here and try to get a hand on that as the guy turns and he's not looking to throw the ball towards the basket anymore. Let's take a look at this. Ball's passed to the wing. We cover him up, dive. Good trap right there, staying active with our feet. Hands in perpendicular position. We're fronting with our 2 guard. Our 1 guard dives in, shuts off the high post. Perfect execution. Because we put so much emphasis on forcing the ball to the baseline, making people lay the ball on the floor, making them try to attack the goal from the baseline side, it's really important that our guys understand what our general responsibilities are as a team and what our specific responsibilities are as players on the floor. Let's take a look at this again, and let's go over what our general responsibilities are, and then let's take a look again at what our specific responsibilities are. General responsibilities are we want to invite dribble penetration to the baseline. Our postman early helps. We want him out there early. Our wing steers offense to the baseline, not to the basket, but to the baseline. Our post and our wing then are involved in a trap. Specific roles are 3 guys going to force the ball to the baseline, not the basket. Can't be a straight line drive. He forces the dribble to our 5-man. Our 5-man then comes out and traps. Our 3-man traps on a high side while our 5-man traps a low side. We always have high hands, and we always try to obstruct vision. Our 4-man anchors the defense. He's in line away from the ball, always on the line, up the line. He's prepared to rebound on the opposite side. Our 5-man early helps, shuts off baseline penetration, attacks with high hands, prevent the lob. He's the bottom man on the trap, and he obstructs vision. Our 2-man is going to dive down in front of anything in the high post. He's not going to let the ball be thrown into the low post. Our 1-man dives into the high post. He's responsible, has high post responsibilities, and you can see he's doing a great job of being in pistol position while we're in the trap, and we're able to steal the ball in the trap. Let's go over a few keys that apply to both guards and forwards. These are little things that can make a tremendous difference in the success of your defense. First of all, players must rotate when the ball's in the air. Secondly, the overriding rule is that the first player to get to the ball stays with the ball, and then we're going to match around them. 3, never leave a dribbler without giving them to someone. Just don't let a guy take off on a dribble and expect someone else to pick him up. Number 4, defenders keep their heads on a swivel. If you looked at the tape carefully, our guys' heads were always turning. They were always looking and seeing. 5, take a cutter from the area until you give him to a teammate. Don't ever just turn a cutter loose. You've got to take him to a teammate before you turn him loose. 6, it's a 5-on-5 game, and there's one for everyone. You should always have a man. We say never guard air or never guard a spot. To my knowledge, a spot's never scored a point yet. Number 7, you must have good ball pressure at all times. Number 8, keep the ball out of the center of the floor. Number 9, keep the ball out of the high post. You saw in our drills how hard we work on keeping the ball out of the high post area. Number 10, take away as much of the offensive vision as possible. Number 11, a dribble is the same as a pass. You must readjust. Readjust anytime the ball moves. Here's a few more helpful hints that'll help your guard play. That'll lead to more solid guard play. 1, you must control the dribbler. 2, if the ball is thrown over the guard's head, he must seek the ball level and dig for the ball. 3, take the ball. Don't slap at it. Too many times guards run in and slap and get unnecessary fouls. 4, if you must slap at the ball, always come up on it. Never slap down. 5, you must know where the shooters are and shade that way. There's no sense guarding a guy that can't shoot and leaving the shooters open. 6, don't guard air or spots. You got to rotate to a man. 7, if no one's in your area, then take the next man over. 8, play very aggressive and active. 9, both guard spots are interchangeable. Here's some ideas that'll help your inside play. 1, guard perimeter and post players with your hands up at all times. Number 2, the amount of pressure that you apply depends on the ability of the offensive player and the quickness of the defender. 3, make post players dribble. You want post players to do things that they're not real good at doing. 4, all 3 back spots are interchangeable. 5, since you're always matched with a man, make sure you block that man out. 6, you must move every time the ball moves. 7, always keep a big man anchored to rebound the backside. We don't want to rotate a big man over to help. We want our guards to do the help. We want to anchor a big man to rebound. 8, you must remain active at all times. And 9, never overrun the basketball. Overrunning the ball may be the dumbest play in basketball, and it doesn't lead to anything good. If you can't steal the ball, don't overrun the ball. Remember, our matchup's not a zone. It's a matchup defense. It has man-to-man principles, and it's important to us that we play it like a man-to-man. We're going to use all man-to-man drills. We're going to use all man-to-man principles because we want to learn to react. We think being able to react is one of our strengths. We just don't think that guys play very well when they think. We don't want them thinking. We want them to react. You have to play hard. This is a defense that you play very hard and that you play very aggressive. The harder we play, the more aggressive we play, the better our defense is. It's a defense that takes away the offense's vision. We don't want them looking around. We don't want them to be able to see. We want to take away their vision. We want to funnel them where we want them funneled. And because of that, it's a very, very aggressive defense. This defense has been great for us. We've won a lot of games because of this defense. We've been able to change the tempo of a lot of games. We've been able to change the complexion of a lot of games. Hopefully we've been able to break this down. We tried to go whole part whole for you. We tried to break it down, take a look at the footwork, and really do a good job of trying to teach you the same way that we teach our players. Hopefully this defense is good for you as it has been for us because I tell you what, it's been a great defense for us.